Welcome, wanderers, to Widow Walsh's workshop. We're here on Widow Walsh's workshop. We'll will you what you want. Well, wanderers, we're going to do something a little different today. Today on the workshop, we're going to have a product review. All right. So the Widow Wifey got me my Christmas present a little early. They had these things on sale for Black Friday. So I thought maybe I've been kind of looking at them for a while because I thought they'd be a good idea for just some auxiliary heat in the bus while I'm working on it. This one here is the bigger one. I think it's the 18,000 BTU. Says it's indoor safe propane heater. You can hook it up to those little, Coleman, whatever they are, 1 pound bottles. It'll take 2 of them. Or you can hook it up to a 20 gallon or pound or whatever they are, barbecue tank. So that's what I did. She bought me the hoses that go with it. I have a 12-foot hose. And a 6-foot hose, because apparently you can stick 2 propane bottles on here, but right now I'm just trying it out with the first one. Also, they recommend you get one of these little fuel filters right here to get the oil. I guess there's oil in some of these lines and stuff, so it collects and helps it burn more efficient. So what I've done is I've got it all set up now. I used some Teflon tape on my threads. And apparently you're supposed to just be able to turn it on. Okay, so I'm going to go over here. You turn on your gas, right? And it says to check all your fittings with a little soapy water. So right now I have a little bottle of soapy water, and so I'm just gonna squirt that, check for bubbles. Pretty good. And then we'll come over here and we'll squirt a little on here and a little on here. See any bubbles or hissing? Negative. All right. Now, it says you need to turn it on, push down on it, and there's the pilot light right there. So that worked. Okay. And then it says once it's kind of all the fuel and stuff is run through the line, sometimes it might take a minute. Then you take it and you twist it onto low. This is where things get a little weird. Okay. Now it looks like it wants to go. Let me turn this light away so we can see what's going on. All right, so then it starts to do that. Now you're supposed to wait on low until that thing turns red, and then you can turn it up higher. But what I'm finding is it does that, and that sucks. So it also says it has a tip over feature on it to where if it's at a level it won't light. So I'm hoping that's what's going on with it, but for right now it's just not working the way it should. It's encouraging that it actually kind of wants to start, but it just won't light. So I don't know. So right now I'm giving this thing thumbs down, but I'll keep messing around with it. I'm going to take it into the garage and set it on something flat, and hopefully maybe it'll kickstart then. I don't know, but I'm a little disappointed. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm in here on the flat ground of the garage, and I'm just trying to ease this thing up because the pilot light will shrink down as I turn this gas on low. I just want to engage that burner. What the heck's going on? Maybe I got a bad one. It just keeps sinking down when I turn it up a little bit. And then I'll twist this real slow. Come on. See, it shrinks. I don't know what's going on. Disappointed. I have a this is the 12-foot line. Maybe if I put the 6-foot line on it, it'll start. Maybe I should hook it up to this other side. I don't know. But right now it's not working. All right, Wanderers, we're back. Well, there were a few things going on here that I discovered. The first thing was Widow Walsh's fault. There apparently was this little plastic or rubber covering the nipple that goes on the inside of this filter, this little filter. So I couldn't see it when I put it together, so I just squished it in there with the nuts, and that probably had something to do with the fact that it wasn't getting as much gas as it should have. So I took it apart and I peeled this out, and I made sure there wasn't any residue from these pieces in there. And then I hooked it back up, and it still was doing the same thing with that 12-foot hose. So I don't know if the 12-foot hose is just too long for this. So I switched it back to the 6-foot hose, or maybe it's a 5-foot hose, but the smaller hose, cleaned it all out, and started it up. And now, look at it. It's fired up. So it's working now. So it said you're supposed to wait until that thing gets red hot, which it is, and then you should be able to crank it over and get another one of these going. So I'm going to try to turn it to medium and see what happens. I don't know if I need both tanks on to run both sides of this thing. Apparently I do. So there's medium. See how much more heat I'm getting now? But it still only runs on one of these plates. So apparently I've got to hook up another tank on this side over here in order to run both of these. But that's okay. I mean, I'd probably get by with just the one. I do have that other 12-foot hose. Maybe I will try eventually, if this isn't enough heat, I will try to hook up the other one and see. But as for right now, I mean, I'm sitting right in front of it. I'm like right here. But this baby's cranking out some heat. So I don't know. I'm gonna shut the bus doors. You're supposed to have some ventilation in it for this. I might crack one of these windows here, and that should be plenty of ventilation. I mean, the bus's a little drafty too because I don't have that back door completely sealed off either. So I feel like there's probably enough. I could also open up this ceiling fan here. That'd probably be better. All right, so there it is. I will let you know how well it does. It's about 32 degrees out here today. It's kind of damp and cold. So I'm gonna just let it roll for a bit in the bus, and we'll just see how comfortable it is in here. Maybe I can, I did have a thermometer, but I don't know where it is. So there it is. After a few little problems, it's up and running. Welcome, wanderers. Look who's here. Hot Sauce 2.0. He was outside skateboarding in his Crocs with no socks, and that's not recommended. So he came into the bus to get warm, and I switched. I was showing him how the heater worked, and I switched it over to high, and lo and behold, that other burner just came on. So you can run both burners from one tank. I guess it just takes a little while for it to warm up. So now it's cranking on max volume. What do you think, Hot Sauce?
Good.
Is it good? Is it warming you up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I bet, because you were outside and you're sick. So that is not recommended. But anyway, I am slowly beginning to really like the little buddy heater. I've been working in here with it on low for about an hour and a half
it's called
now.
the Big Buddy.
Oh, it's called the Big Buddy. You're my little buddy.
Yeah.
And it works. So.
And there's fire.
Well, I don't know if it's fire. Yeah, I guess there is fire. Yeah. So.
Do you have to replace those?
I don't know. I think you can if they break. So, overall impressions of the Big Buddy heater is it works. It works good. Of course, it's propane, so it stinks. You know,
It warms up my feet.
It warms up the feet. And it's gonna do just fine for the work. I don't think I'll run it as our heat source once we get the bus up and running. I think we're gonna go with that diesel heater, but you know, in a pinch, it's kind of nice. So there it is. It's a win. And as the winter goes on, and I need to, you know, do some staining and whatever else, this will help dry this place out a little bit. So, or at least warm it up, because I know propane puts a lot of humidity in the air. But there you go. Product review. What do you give it? One big thumb up.